Today we're going to try Tapatio Ramen Noodles, which interested me when I found this at Dollar General. It was $1 for one of these ramen noodles. It's supposed to be pretty hot. Hopefully it's not too hot for me, but there is a very high chance that it will be. I don't necessarily use Tapatio myself. I know what it tastes like. I don't really use it daily, but I know a lot of people that it's their daily. They use it on everything. Tapatio on everything. So fair enough. We're going to try these noodles and see how close it tastes to the actual sauce and see how spicy it is and just see what it tastes like. Maybe it's really good. Who knows? I've never seen anybody review it, but I've never looked, so who knows? There could be a million reviews on YouTube, but we're going to try this. I assume it's standard directions, but let's look. Open lid halfway. Okay, interesting. Open lid halfway, add room temperature water to fill line. Place in the center of microwave for 3 minutes, stir well. So we're going to microwave it. I was expecting to have to pull out the kettle, but no. We're going to put it in the room temperature water, microwave for 3 minutes, and see what comes out. Okay, here we are. We're out of the microwave. Unfortunate microwave incident. I did the instructions exactly as they said, and yet somehow it exploded and there was just Tapatio juice everywhere in my microwave. I had to clean it. Not the best in first impression. I probably should have just used the kettle anyways. But whatever, that's their instructions. Maybe don't fill it up too much because it overflowed all over. Here it is. You can see the juice a little bit, but I don't want to pour hot juice on myself. It does smell like Tapatio. It smells pretty good. Also, another thing that bothered me when I reviewed the wrap snacks, same here. This cup is really not good for hot noodles, people. You should start using the styrofoam like cup noodles because you cannot hold it for most of this area. It's just so hot that the heat just goes through. You have to hold it by the top because there's nothing there. It's too hot to actually grab it, so that's another negative. Guys, come on, use the styrofoam. The cheaper cup noodle styrofoam. They use it. Their stuff is like 25 cents. So what's going on? Anyways, let's take a bite. Let me get some noodles. I don't want to get too many noodles in one bite. Spin the fork. There we go. That's a good amount. You can see the kind of orange tint to it. I quite like this. I'm surprised because I thought after the wrap snacks, I thought since this had the same kind of container, it would be similar, but no. This one actually has good flavor. That's the difference. The noodles themselves, I gotta say, honestly, the noodles themselves are not that good. I think cup noodle noodles are better. If they had better quality noodles, it'd be nice. They're just kind of plain, which I mean, I guess that makes sense, but they're just, the texture-wise, they're not as good as cup noodle noodles, which is a weird thing to say because they're cup noodle noodles. But there is definitely some kind of lower quality noodle here. But the taste is really, really, really good. But not quite like Tapatio. Like, I was expecting it to be very Tapatio heavy, and it's a little bit spicy, but it's not that spicy. It's spicy enough that I can handle it, and again, I'm terrible with spice. I've said it many times. Terrible with spice. I can eat this. This is less than my favorite ramen, Shin Ramyun Black, which I eat often. That is right on the edge. That is very spicy. Sometimes I can't handle it, and I have to take a break eating it because it's so spicy, but it tastes so good. I still get it. So check that out if you've never had that. But this one is not that spicy at all. It's way lower than that. But it's got a good flavor. It's got a good taste. It just isn't super Tapatio heavy. The funny thing is it smells more like Tapatio than it tastes, which is weird. There's also dried carrots in here and there's green onions, but they're lost. You don't really taste them. You can taste the noodles, but mostly you taste the Tapatio juice, which is good. The Tapatio flavor juice. Again, not super like Tapatio, but it is quality and it's delicious and I like it. Very salty. I'm not sure whether I want to give this a 3 or a 4, and there's birds chirping out there. I'm not sure whether I want to give this a 3 or a 4. That's what I've been contemplating as I've been sitting here. Do I want to give this a 3 or a 4? I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a 3 just because I think the value is not too great. Again, I bought these for $1. Again, that's not expensive by any means, but you can get a cup of noodles for a lot cheaper. And while I think this is better than a cup of noodle, I think the flavor is better than a cup of noodle, to be honest. I don't know if it's worth the 3 times increase in price necessarily. I don't think it's 3 times better. Like, you can buy, like, there's Shin Ramyun Black cups are like $2 each, and I would recommend those because their quality is so high that I would recommend it even for $2. But for this one, I'm not sure if it's worth the increase, but I do think the flavor is pretty good. That's why I'm going to give it a 3, is purely based on the value. I think if this was a little bit cheaper, even though we're talking about $1 versus like 50 cents, if it was, a little bit cheaper, I would probably go to a 4 because I do think the flavor is pretty good. And if you like instant noodles, if you eat a lot of instant noodles, which you shouldn't, but if you do, this is worth a try, definitely, because the flavor is really good and it's a good mix-up from standard noodle flavors, and it's got a good spice to it, but not too spicy, which I appreciate. It's right in that zone that I really appreciate. Tapatio original ramen noodles. So I'm gonna give it a 3. I keep going back and forth, so consider it a 3 or a 4 depending on who you are. But on the official record books, I'm gonna give it a 3, but it could easily be a 4. So that's Tapatio Ramen Noodles. Check it out. $1 at Dollar General. That's where I got it. Dollar General, but it's probably other places. And I'll see you next time.